Yo, what's going on, Bird Gang? Philly Carnage here, back with the Colts rebuild and the Carson Wentz career revival. As we left off last video, we fell short to Philly in the Super Bowl. Really didn't know how the stars aligned for that one, but we lost. I wouldn't even say lost. We got absolutely dominated, and so we weren't spenders in free agency. And this way I didn't forget because I wasn't sure how long in between recordings it would have been. We went and we grabbed Dom Bishop, free safety out of Penn State. His combine looked absolutely phenomenal. So what we'll do, we'll sim up here to our next pick here at pick 14 in the third round. Take a look at what we have on the draft board. Yeah, completely lost what I was actually thinking. I know there was a tight end. I think it was Tony Ellis. Yeah, I was hoping to possibly grab him later in the round. We do have a buttload of picks, so we should be good when it comes to that. So here in the third, just a couple guys more looking that linebacker position to help us in the long run. Dennis Simpson looks like a solid athlete. 5'11", a little short, but 233, 22 years old, had a solid combine. Then we also have Vince Parks, 6'2", even better combine. Yes, he isn't at the top of, more than just that 40-yard dash, but, a 6'2", 224, 23-year-old speed rusher out of Kentucky, could be well worth it. Or we could look at Jacob Martinez, the fastest receiver in the draft. But I think what we're going to do, we're just going to bite the bullet, see if it pans out, and we'll take Vince Parks. 66 hidden dev. All right, cool. I'm good with that. He's going to be a developmental piece, as even if he was one of the fastest linebackers, only 83 speed. The 90 acceleration is absolutely fantastic, though. Yeah, just kind of looking around, it'll be that developmental prospect. And as we just hit on a hidden dev, don't forget to hit that like button, drop the comments, and subscribe if you're new with that little bell icon on. That way you're alerted every time I post new content. So just kind of looking at the draft recap, as we already knew, Dom Bishop from last episode 65 hidden dev, Vince Park 66 hidden dev, when best left tackle, hopefully somebody that can fill in, eventually down the line with Anthony Costanzo, most likely retiring. 64 overall, 65 overall middle linebacker. Tony Ellis looked like an absolute stud there out of Clemson as tight end, but only came out to a 65 overall, solid speed, solid acceleration. So, I mean, he could potentially, become a very solid backup to Mo Alley Cox. And, we traded a lot of our picks away, and then we just went corner and free safety, 63-60 overall. So here kicking off season 2, we're an 84 overall, 85 offense, 84 defense. Take a look, see if we had any hidden devs, whatnot. All right. So Wentz got his superstar last season and dropped to a star. Yeah, Madden really needs to fix, this whole, dev trait stuff, because, as I remember, we got it. He rocked out. He made it to the Super Bowl and didn't get to keep it. So let's, right the ship. I hate to do it, but we did make it to the Super Bowl. We lost, but I mean, why isn't Why doesn't he at least get to maintain that dev trait? So we'll keep that as is. Jonathan Taylor came out as a star dev. Zach Pascal is a star. Pittman comes out as a star as well. We wanted to move Mo Alley Cox up in starting lineup there. Of course, we can't just because they got him as the starting fullback. So we'll move Ellis up there. We'll move Mo Alley Cox. Offensive line still doing its thing. Anthony Costanzo did not retire. Quentin Nelson, member of that 99 club. Defensively, not too much. Not too much has changed. We got Okereke there. Still. He go up? Hold on, we gotta look at this. Okay, so he went up to a star dev Super Bowl week. All right, cool. So he didn't lose that. I was thinking there was a chance that he might have went up to a superstar, but I was wrong. Other than that, defense is still the same defense that we were rocking last year, just with the addition of like Will Parks and Bishop there. So not too much change there, as we got some coach XP that we need to handle, and that way we can continue to improve our guys the proper way. Always, always, always. When you got at least 2,000 coach XP, hit the increased player weekly goal. That covers everybody on your team. And then, me personally, I always come defensive line, just hit the core position group. If the line was there, I would have hit them as well. But this way, your entire offensive line is taken care of. Your defensive line, your linebackers, and defensive backs, corners, and safeties. So jumping right in, we got a game here against the Buffalo Bills. 7 p.m. game. Come out victorious, 21-14. We got a breakout player, Carl Willis, our strong safety, wants to go up. He has a chance to hit a star dev. So we're taking on Houston here, Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, all that. As hopefully we can come out victorious. Hopefully we come away with the star. And not only did we lose, he also did not get that dev trait. So I'll go in here. Let's actually see if Madden servers will let me import a draft class. So just last season we didn't. We weren't able to. So I know I got 2 of them saved. It's going to be weird because we'll just go a little backwards as far as the 2021 rookies should have been last season. But instead they're going to come in here, so development's going to be a little low. And hey, I should have just waited and we would have been good. So I know receiver definitely. PNA Swell. Shot Slater. All right. Micah Parsons would be huge. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Whitey Payne. There's some of the names that we want to scout and get them on our big board. Just, thinking future. Caleb Farley, Patrick Surtain, Jalen Phillips. It's pretty much all over the board here of who we should try to resign. Well, try to draft. Because remember, we do have a buttload of picks, as we got a first, 3 seconds, third, fourth, 2 5s, 4 6. We're loaded in draft. So we got the 1-1 Tennessee Titans here, big divisional matchup, as we're already sitting 0-1 in the division, and we get a 21-16 victory. Frustrated running back Jonathan Taylor. All right, feels cut out. He feels left out here. Let's try to get him involved here in this game against the Cardinals, who really don't have that strong of a defensive line. Their linebackers are pretty solid. So we got that going for us at least. Just continue the upgrades, as everyone has been, developing very nicely for the squad. So here up against the 1-2 Arizona Cardinals, we're trying to get Jonathan Taylor involved, and we lose 28-25. We built the game plan around him, but we were unable to come away with that victory. We still get that 1,000 XP plus 10 morale, and we're taking on the Oakland Raiders. We did have a new injury. Jack Doyle, dislocated hip. Good thing we got Mo Alley Cox and that rookie tight end that we drafted the 5th round. So we're at least good in that position. Plus, Jack Doyle is 31. So, it's almost time for the injury bug to really start hitting him. So sitting at 2-2, we got the 3-1 Las Vegas Raiders. Just trying to think of when I want to come in. I was thinking that week 7 game against Pittsburgh. Just something a little different. But we get a 31-9 victory over Las Vegas. Offense coordinator wants to talk to us about this Thursday night matchup against Jacksonville in Indianapolis. So, yes, we won, but we still need to be on our toes, as we know anything can happen. Yeah, we lose 3 morale, but we get 300 experience to back that up. As we're currently sitting 3-2, I want to say we're probably second in the division. So, again, we got that going for us. So let's just send this out and get right into the Pittsburgh game. We get a 28-7 victory over Jacksonville. So that just bumps us up 4-2 on the year. Have a chance to go 5-2, which if we can pull that out, that'll be pretty big. As taking a look at what Pittsburgh got on offense, defense as their superstars and X factors. TJ Watt with that selfish on-field teammates, enter the zone, strip specialist, and no outsiders. Trent Williams. You would think that they would find better pictures, but hey, is what it is. Minka Fitzpatrick and Cam Hayward. As we're just gonna get right into this game. Next gen, don't really hit the pause, make too many cuts as we get into it, as we're in Lucas Oil Stadium for the second week in a row. Just think, it used to be a pretty big matchup as far as the Colts back with Peyton Manning against Ben Roethlisberger, the Colts against Tom Brady and the Patriots. So, hopefully we can bring this rivalry back, as Wentz and Big Ben had to battle it out for the Keystone State for 5 years since Wentz entered the league. 4 years, something like that. So we're going to start off kicking the ball off to Pittsburgh, and then hopefully come out here on defense and get some pressure or some picks, do something. Let's go. There is Leonard coming off the outside. 13-yard sack. 5th sack on the year. Let's go. I have no idea who their quarterback is. Hendricks? Is that Jimmy? Jimmy come out of retirement and start playing football? I don't know. He looks a little tiny, though. We're able to, get a little pressure there, but unfortunately, the trap caught us up as Jalen Samuels only was able to gain 2 yards as they're facing a 3rd and 21. Need to protect those sticks, as hopefully we can get in here and get some more pressure. We can't do anything with DeForest Buckner as he gets put on his butt, and Hendricks just throws that ball away. 4th and 21. We're getting the ball back here with a punt. All right, so we couldn't do anything on offense, but we got one hell of a punt. We're able to get it down here too. What the? Smacked him right in the helmet. but we're able to get him down to the 3-yard line. Need some sort of stop here, as we're just trying to get pressure into his face as they hit us with the screen. We're able to get there, but you know they were able to complete it for a gain of 3, 3rd and 6. Can we get a good stop? Let's throw him over in the hard flat. No, we don't really need it. And they smack us right across the middle. Hendricks out here throwing a couple dots. Ooh. DeForest Buckner able to beat the block, get around, force a 9-yard sack on the play, as Pittsburgh is now facing a 2nd and 18. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to run this, just make it a little, closer to a 3rd down conversion, as we're able to get there. Force the incompletion. We're going to try cover 4. I know, on old gen, cover 4 was trash. As they're hit coming right across it. All right, never mind. I thought they were going to throw the ball right across the middle, but they just tried for the check down, and Hendricks was inaccurate on the play, as they're punting the ball back here to us with 4:44 left to go in the first half. All right, so here we are, 3rd and 12. I try to get something to happen, as we're able to find Paris Campbell wide open. Solid gain as we pick up the 3rd down. Wentz finally is over 50 yards passing on the day. We really haven't been able to get much going, but Paris Campbell able to pick up 49 on that play, as we get a look here at the next gen stats. Wentz draws back. Paris Campbell beats his man. He has all day. Even if Wentz had his feet set, maybe pick up a couple more yards, as he had to put a little extra oomph into it, since he threw off his back foot. So why not go to the inside zone, especially with that safety coming down to blitz? Who knows? Maybe we can do something here with Jonathan Taylor, but Anthony Castano gets caught on the defensive end and unable to get there to that linebacker. So we're going to try here, the whole wide receiver handoff. As Pascal gained 1, maybe. According to Madden, he gained nothing. So, at least we're in field goal range. That's a plus. We'll move Pascal into the drag, as Naheem Hines able to beat his guy right around the corner. Little dump off down to the 1-yard line. We'll probably end up picking a play, and it'll run down to the 2-minute warning as normal. Told you. So 2-minute warning here. We are at the 1-yard line. Fresh set of downs. So let's try to get Jonathan Taylor involved here and get a touchdown, as most likely we're going to get smacked and not get in, as Cam Hayward first to get in there. Jonathan Taylor loses 1. We're going to come out here with some little slants. Do we make it work? And we do. Touchdown. Who is that? The Pascal? Yes, it is. Zach Pascal with his 6th touchdown on the year.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Oh, don't know. What? Tell. The goal is to catch the ball and keep your momentum going forward. We could have had an easy. Huh? That's not good. Quentin Nelson dislocated shoulder. Fantastic. So, I mean, there goes our 99 club member out to injury as we need something to go right for us here. As we hit Campbell across the middle down to the 20-yard line. Let's just kind of keep working it. We could have Zach Pascal, Mo Alley Cox here come open. So, a little bit of different play. Maybe the defense will bite. Not really, but we do have Pascal there on the possession catch down to the 1-yard line. Wentz now over 100 yards on the day here in the first half. So I think it's time. We need to try to get Jonathan Taylor something. I know normally this year works fantastically whenever it comes to these situations, as he gets hit low and flips on him. So we're going to try to hit our tight end on the tight end sneak. Never mind. Not even our tight end. It's our rookie left tackle. Call the timeout. Third down here. We need something going for us. Be nice to get in and, take a 14-point lead here before halftime. But it's not looking good for us, as we're just going to roll right and wide open for Wentz to score. Jonathan Taylor, my guy, able to be contained and pick up a pretty sizable yardage gain. So we'll check out the next gen stats there. We were gonna look at the screen, but really nothing, as Jonathan Taylor, little shake to the inside. Hits a good 20 mile an hour on the run as Minkah Fitzpatrick gets there to knock him out of bounds. 39 yards as a carrier just on that play alone. Too bad that does not convert to total yardage. So kind of just doing it as we go, as we hit Mo Alley Cox there for a pickup of 20. So far we're moving this ball pretty easily here against Pittsburgh. So here we go at the 12-yard line, kind of looking at our options. We're just going to go inside zone to Naheem Hines, see if we can pick it up, as it right there would have been absolutely fantastic to have Quentin Nelson there on the line, because he would have been able to get off that block and get there to the second level, as we're going to ID the mic there, run it right to his side as cut back in. Jonathan Taylor gets bounced off, picks up 5 for 29 here on the day. As let's try bench post or bench pivot, one of them. Not exactly sure where we're going to look. Pascal, Campbell, maybe Mo Alley Cox there in the back, as we're going to hit. Never mind. We're going to settle for 3. So Pittsburgh's been able to work us down the field here, as they got a 2nd and 9 here at the 10-yard line here before the fourth quarter, as DeForest Buckner finds an opening and Hendricks just sails it. Currently 10 for 6, 108 yards, I think. So we just need something going for us, something to get us over this hump and get a stop. We hit the speed, but they find, I don't even know who their tight end is. I would say Jesse James, but he's no longer there. Vance McDonald, maybe? But they get the score right before the fourth quarter. 2 seconds to go in the third, pretty much. They're going to kick the ball off to us, and, clock is going to expire, because even if it's deep in the end zone, I'm going to try to return it to at least get out and burn this clock. So they kick it short, clock starts winding, and we get the ball down here. Oh, able to shed some tackles down to the 28-yard line to start the fourth quarter. So why not come out here with a pass? Possibly hit Hines on the little out. Even maybe Pittman. But we got to remember, I think if Fitzpatrick's over on that side. So we'll hit Hines and, gain a good amount, 13, I believe, on the play. So I really want to try to get Jonathan Taylor worked in a little more as we'll hit the single back quick pitch. Typically, for me, this always gets blown up. But we're able to pick up blockage and get 8 on the play. So I'm good with that. Keep that average up as we're facing 3rd and 3. Why not hand it back to Jonathan Taylor and let him, pick up this first down? ID that Mike linebacker there. Hopefully somebody comes up and picks him up as Cam Hayward blows us up in the backfield for a loss 1. That's awesome. Kramer, our left tackle that we just drafted, comes away with a 23-yard catch on something I did not even think would happen. So, we're here. Just a little bootleg, Jonathan Taylor. And as we go, he stays in the flat. Their defensive back there in the flat as Kramer is wide open there. A good 5 yards around him on either way. 8 yards at that. Catches it and even gets some rack after the play. So, down here, 5-yard line. Oh, going to be something different because we know that corner is going to stay the outside. So we're just going to hopefully, never mind. As great. Not only did we lose Quentin Williams, we lost his backup. Now we got some red zone. I'll try to make something work here as we're trying to get into the end zone once again. As we don't really have anything, we're just going to roll with Wentz, and somehow he gets in for a second rushing touchdown of the day. Forrest Buckner gets in there untouched. They had the next gen stats, but they decided not to show it as they hit the dump off to Jalen Samuels, as we can't tackle him behind the sticks. Fantastic. All right, Deontay Jackson just burned us. Old Hendricks dropped a dot.
But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the KNC. And that should just about put a cap on.
That's exactly what they did.
So for the Colts, the win.
All right, so coming away from that 27-14 victory against Pittsburgh, we got the 4-2 Tennessee Titans. Big divisional matchup game here, as Wentz is now a 79 overall quarterback, just all but there at that 80 overall. Again, we get the 31-28 victory. We got the Jets here. We did have a new injury. Zach Pascal, he's out for 8, so that's good to know that Quentin Williams and our backup is not Quentin Williams. What the hell am I? Quentin Nelson is back, as we got the 2-5 Jets here, and we lose 34-24. Anthony Costanzo wants to talk about this bye week. As go ahead, rest. I hit the wrong button. I really want to get you guys that extra preparation, but hey, is what it is. We got the week 10 bye, taking a look here at who we got to re-sign. Quentin Nelson. That is a obvious one, as we want to lock him up for the remainder of this rebuild. He wants a little more money. Hell yeah, we're gonna pay him. As Darius Leonard as well. Got him locked up. Braden Smith, solid right tackle. Likes the length. I think I'm good on Naheem Hines. Maybe let's throw him up here on the trade block. Guess I can't do it there. But we got to remember, throw Naheem Hines up there. Glasnow, Sano. Yeah. A lot of these other guys are all depth. So we'll revisit Kamuko Ture a little later on in the season. But with that, we're going to go and we're going to throw Naheem Hines up here. Never mind, we can't. We are past the deadline. So, hey, is what it is. We did suffer another injury there as we lost Malik Hooker for 6 weeks. So, Haskell and Hooker are done for the regular season. As we sim up here against the Patriots, who are sitting 5-4, we're 6-3. So, obviously better team, and we lose 34-27. We have a breakout player for Michael Pittman, I believe. It is. Get him 3 touchdowns or 150 yards against San Fran. We had another injury. Anthony Casano out for 7 weeks. The injury bug is hitting hard here in Indy. We lose 38-27 to the San Francisco 49ers, and Pittman unable to get his dev trait. So 2-9 Miami Dolphins. Should be a winnable game. We get a 20-6 victory. Michael Pittman's, frustrated. But we can talk to the doctors about clearing them, but if we would clear them, their overalls and just other attributes would be lowered. As we're here, week 14, battle of the 7-5 teams, most likely for the division, and we suffer a 17-10 loss. We got Kamuka Ture, going for that dev trait, needs to hold the Rams to under 100. So I can tell you now, if we do somehow get this dev trait, we'll most likely re-sign him, as we get a 28-16 loss. And hey, he got his dev trait. So with that, like I said, might as well go in. We'll re-sign him. As we're doing this, Quentin Nelson wants more salary. So let's bump him up to 9, see if he'll take that. If not, we'll go up. So we got him re-signed. Braden Smith liked everything but the money aspect of it. So we'll bump him up as well. He's staying. We did say about Ture. So let's give him a 2-year deal, $16 million. Got him re-signed as well, as we got the 7-7 Seattle Seahawks with a new injury. Marvell Tell the third, out 5 weeks with a broken collarbone. It's rough. It is really rough with all these injuries right now, as we somehow find a 35-28 victory against Seattle. As Ture, with that star dev, is now up to a 78 overall. Zach Pascal returns from injury. We got the 7-8 Jacksonville Jaguars to finish off the season, and we lose 28-3. So, might as well hit the upgrades. We know we're not in the playoffs. We can tell that just because we're not in the wild card round, and we got all the practice squad players we signed. So we'll take a look here at the playoff bracket, as you got the Browns as the number 1 seed, Chiefs at 2, Bengals at 7, Patriots 3, Bills at 6, Houston at 4, and the Ravens at 5. In the NFC, you got the 49ers at 1, Bears 2, Saints 7, Bucks 3. Packers 6, Cowboys 4, and the Rams at 5. So with that, we finished 8-8, tied for bottom dwellers of the AFC South. Really, really a close, standing race there. So checking out the stats, we were the 18th overall offense and the first overall defense. Awesome. Wentz, horrible here. 3,900 yards, 23 touchdowns to 21 interceptions. Rushing wise, Jonathan Taylor, 850 and 11. Naheem Hines, 5 and 5. So the good thing is we're going to let Naheem Hines walk. So therefore, the majority of the role will be headed to Jonathan Taylor. Receiving wise, Michael Pittman, 850 and 4. Paris Campbell, 8 and 6. O'Aley Cox, 5 and 2. Zach Pascal, even though he got hurt, still put up a good 5 and 8 defensively. We got Bobby Okereke, 100 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 interception. Sack wise, DeForest Buckner again led the way with 11. Grover Stewart at 7. And Darius Leonard comes in at 6. Interception wise, Tell finished with 2. Kenny Moore with 2. And then everybody else finished with 1. So with that, we will let's just sum up here to the Pro Bowl. That way we can take a look to see if we did anybody in there representing us from the Colts. And we'll also take a look at the yearly awards. So the Pro Bowl roster, I was looking at NFC at first, but we got nobody so far. Quentin Nelson coming there, left guard 1. Yeah, that's about it. DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart, DT 1 and 2. And I believe that's going to be it for us here. Naheem Hines somehow got kick returner, so he is. Never mind. Oh. All right, I'm lost. Yeah, Naheem Hines, he's with us still. We got rid of the other one, but yeah. So we had a couple names there representing us, but is what it is. We got the Bucks against the Browns in Super Bowl 56. Taking a look at the yearly awards, Patrick Mahomes was your MVP. Obviously, we know Wentz will not be in there whatsoever. AFC, best quarterback goes to Lamar. Defensive player, Miles Jack. DeForest Buckner was able to get in there at 10. Offensive rookie went to Hendricks, the dude that we whacked a lot in our matchup. As defensive rookie, we don't have anybody as well. We do. We have Vince Parks, who comes in there at 7, best quarterback, running back. Jonathan Taylor somehow made his way in there at 8. We're not going to have anybody at receiver. Obviously, we didn't have anybody even over 1,000 yards. O-lineman, Ronnie Stanley, and Quentin Nelson are your 1 and 2s. D-line, DeForest Buckner, it's defensive lineman of the year. Linebacker, don't even think we'll have. Never mind. Darius Leonard, DB. We won't have anybody. Best kicker, did Goggles make it? He did, number 5. So here we go in free agency. Really wasn't much. So really, I would love to have Jair Alexander come back. But we've already used him. A couple rebuilds back. So we're gonna let him sit at least a couple more rebuilds. Maybe eventually we'll come back and add him to the team. But Calvin Ridley, 97 overall. We're the only one to put a bid on him. So we're going to try to grab him, add him to our receiving room. As with that, we're able to get him. Nice. Checking out the 2021 retirement. See if we had anybody on the Colts that decided it's time to retire. Anthony Castano retired. So we know that left tackle and right guard are something that we need to look at possibly securing here. So what we'll do, we got Kramer, so I'm not forgot about him. So not too worried about it. So we'll jump up here to the draft. And with that, we'll take a look to see where we're sitting, what pick we got here with our number 1, and yeah, get it rocking. As we're coming in, we're the 14th overall pick. And I mean, Philly, they won the Super Bowl last year, and now they're picking at 5. Makes a lot of sense. So here at pick 14, we know we need linemen. And really anywhere on defense can, come out and help us. Our entire draft board's gone. So let's just kind of take a look at what was scouted. We got Jeremiah Owusu Kamosa. We could always go at him. Creed Humphrey. Really just a lot of filler there for the offensive line. So, yeah, going to be interesting. But that is all for this episode of the Indianapolis Colts rebuild. So don't forget, hit that like button. Helps me get recognized, more and more here on YouTube. And drop those comments. I personally respond to every single one of them. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button with that little bell icon on. That way you're alerted every time I post new content. But yeah, now that spiel's out of the way, I want to thank everybody for coming by. Philly's out.